To get the most from the activities in this video, it's important to be familiar with converting mixed numbers to improper fractions, and also knowing how to compare two proper fractions. Another way of representing fractions that are more than one is to use mixed numbers, where you have a whole number and then whatever the denominator is, however many of those you have left over, as a fraction. We're going to start off with simple ones where the whole number is 1. The first thing you have to do is convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions. We'll very quickly go over that here. To convert to improper fractions, we keep the denominators as they are. So we still have so many fifths, so many thirds, and so many tenths. 1 4/5, we're looking at how many fifths there are in total. Remember that 1 will be 5 fifths, so we have 1 times 5, the whole number, times by the denominator, and then we add on the extra fifths that are left over, and that's 4. 1 times 5 is 5, add 4, we have 9 fifths in 1 4/5. We do exactly the same with the others. 1 times 3 is 3, add 2, that's 5, so that's 5 thirds. 1 times 10 is 10, add 9, so that's 19 tenths. Now we make the denominators the same, exactly as we did before. 5, 3 and 10 will all go into 30. To get from 5 to 30, we multiplied by 6. We multiply 9 by 6, that's 54. To get from 3 to 30, we multiplied by 10. We multiply 5 by 10, that's 50. To get from 10 to 30, we multiplied by 3. 19 multiplied by 3. Remember from the calculations section, one tip, if you're multiplying a 2-digit number that you wouldn't necessarily know the times tables for, you can partition the number. So in 19, we could have 3 times 10 add 3 times 9. 3 times 10 is 30, 3 times 9 is 27, 30 add 27 is 57. Now the denominators are the same, we can see the order they come in. The smallest numerator is 50, so that's 1 2/3. The next is 54, so that's 1 4/5. And finally we have 57 over 30, which is 1 9/10. This one is for you to try. Put these mixed numbers in ascending order. That just means from smallest to biggest. Pause the video, have a go. Remember to convert first to improper fractions. We keep the denominators the same. For 1 3/4, we say 1 multiplied by 4, add 3. That's 7. For the second one, 1 multiplied by 5 is 5, add 4 is 9. And 1 multiplied by 10 is 10, add 7, that's 17. Now we make the denominators the same. 4, 5 and 10. 4 times 5 is 20, and 10 will go into 20 as well, so the denominator is 20. To get from 4 to 20, we multiply by 5. We multiply 7 by 5, that's 35. To get from 5 to 20, we multiplied by 4. 9 times by 4 is 36. To get from 10 to 20, we multiplied by 2, and 17 times by 2 is 34. Now we have the denominators the same, we can see which is the smallest fraction. Remember to use the ones from the top from the original question. The smallest numerator is 34, so that's 1 7/10. The next one was 35 over 20, so that's 1 3/4. And finally 36 over 20, which is 1 4/5. We're going to do the same thing, put mixed numbers in ascending order, but this time I've chosen whole numbers that are more than 1, just so you can see it works exactly the same. As before, we convert to improper fractions. Remember the denominators stay the same. For the first one, 3 3/5, we say 3 times 5, that's 15. Add 3 is 18. So that's 18 fifths. For the second one, 3 times 6 is 18, add 4 is 22. And for the last one, 3 times 10 is 30, add 7, that's 37. Now we make the denominators the same. The lowest common multiple for 5, 6 and 10 is 30. To get from 5 to 30, we multiply by 6. So we're going to multiply 18 by 6. This might seem a little bit tricky here. You could say 10 times 6, add 8 times 6. 10 times 6 is 60, 8 times 6 is 48. If you add 60 and 48, you get 108. To get from 6 to 30, we multiplied by 5. So we're going to multiply 22 by 5. Remember, if you multiply something by 5, you can first of all multiply it by 10, then halve it. 22 multiplied by 10 is 220. Half of 220 is 110. To get from 10 to 30, we multiplied by 3. 37 multiplied by 3. 30 multiplied by 3 is 90. 7 multiplied by 3 is 21. If we add 90 and 21, we get 111. 111 over 30. Now that the denominators are the same, we can use the numerators to work out which is the smallest. 108 is our smallest numerator, so the smallest mixed number at the top was 3 3/5. The next one is 110 over 30, so that's 3 4/6. And finally, 111 over 30 is 3 7/10. This one's for you to try. Put in ascending order 4 2/3, 4 3/4, 4 5/6. Pause the video, have a go. Convert to improper fractions first. The denominators stay the same. 4 times by 3 is 12, add 2, that's 14. 4 times 4 is 16, add 3 is 19. 4 times 6 is 24, add 5 is 29. Now we're going to make the denominators the same. 3, 4 and 6, you'll probably work out that they all go into 12. 12 is the lowest common multiple of those three denominators. To get from 3 to 12, we multiply by 4, so we're going to multiply 14 by 4. Remember, when you're multiplying something by 4, you can double it, then double it again. Double 14 is 28, double 28 is 56. To get from 4 to 12, we multiplied by 3, so we're going to multiply 19 by 3. 10 times 3 is 30, 9 times 3 is 27, 30 and 27 is 57. To get from 6 to 12, we multiplied it by 2, double 29, that's 58. Now the denominators are the same, we can look for the smallest numerator. 56 over 12 will be our smallest one. Remember to use the ones from the top, so that goes with 4 2/3. The next one is 57/12, which goes with 4 3/4, and finally 58/12, which goes with 4 5/6.